All right, describe the feeling to be moving on.
It's unbelievable. That game had plenty of roller coaster moments. I'm just glad that we were the last team standing when the final out came. That was an unbelievable game. A lot of credit to Lansing Catholic and how they performed today, and I'm just really proud of our boys that we handled it the way that we did.
What did you think of your bats? I mean, you guys just continued to battle throughout the game.
Yeah, and that's what I told our guys from the get-go. Tolfree's an incredible arm, and he obviously had more time off, which definitely helped him. But I kept telling our guys we also have more time to prepare. Our offense is really good, and so we just had to continue to take it inning by inning. We knew that at some point we were going to wear him down, and then we were going to scratch some runs across.
How do you guys keep winning in this tournament?
Just a lot of belief in our guys. I think for us, it's, in the past, it's been proven that we belong here. Now it's our time to prove that we're one of the top teams here. And, we just got to prove that day in and day out.
Rudy comes up with 2 big extra base hits off Tolfree there. Just what has he brought to your team this year, and what do you need to see him have those couple of moments there?
Yeah, he's incredible. He is a very unselfish player. He's a team guy, and he puts in the work day in and day out. And so it's fun to see him get rewarded like that with 2 big extra base hits when we needed it with runners on.
You touched on it, but they score 3 in the 6th. They turn a triple play in the bottom of the 6th. They load the base themselves in the 7th. How are your guys able to withstand such a great comeback attempt from them?
Yeah, that was probably one of the craziest games, just as far as how unlucky we were at times. And that's nothing against Lansing Catholic. It's just the ball didn't bounce our way today, and the way that we handled that adversity I thought was really, really good. Our guys didn't ever get too down or too up when things were going our way there. And so I think just staying level-headed and knowing that we have to get, the 21 outs that it takes to finish the game is what mattered.
At the top of your lineup, Hunter's that guy who kind of gets things started. He strikes out and pops out, but then big moment he triples. Just what have you seen from his demeanor? Not too high, not too low.
Yeah, Hunter's a dog. He's always a kid that has nothing but energy and positive vibes around him. So I knew that when he was up in that situation, he was going to come through for us, just because he has been that spark plug for us at the top of the order.
Cool. So to start, take me through those 2 extra base hits that you had off the Tolfree. What was kind of your mindset going into those at bats?
Just sitting 2-strike approach, obviously, just trying to stay loose, trying not to think too much, just think, react, see the ball, just try to do one for the team.
And to be able to come through for your team like that, in a game this important, what does those moments, I guess, mean to you?
It means a lot right now, but it'll mean a lot more in the future when you can look back and say, like, you did something cool. You can tell your kids that, and just live in the moment right now with my teammates, enjoy it for now.
They scored 3 in the 6th. They turned a triple play in the bottom of the inning. They load the base in the 7th. How are you guys able to withstand a pretty impressive comeback attempt?
Man, you just got to stay loose on that. You got to just brush that over. Next play, can't think about that too much, and obviously we responded very well by shutting them down.
And just how proud are you of the way that you and your teammates were able to handle that adversity and the different bounces that the game took?
I loved it. We practiced that a lot in practice, just being good guys, trying to be good guys, just brushing those things off. It was really good. I loved it.
How special is it playing out on this field, having those big moments for Williamston?
It's really special. You obviously don't get to do things like this that much. So to pull this through, play the next game, that's huge. That's huge for this program.
How do you guys keep the ball rolling into semifinals?
Just got to keep locking in practice. It's hard to forget this game, but you just got to go to the next.
Yep. All right, so I guess what was working for you today?
It was, first of all, props to the whole. They played a good game. They played a good game first game, so props to them. And, everything, well, not everything, but, two-seam was pretty good. Curveball was spiking a lot of them, but overall curveball was pretty good. And I had a good defense behind me, so that always helps, so that was good.
How exciting is it to be moving on in this tournament?
It's awesome. We last 3 times, we've come up short at McLean, so last year it hurt too, so it feels good to win a game.
How cool is it to actually play at this field, at this stadium, in this kind of an environment?
It's an unforgettable moment. It's just something you dream of as a kid, so that's, yeah.
How do you guys keep the ball rolling?
We got to come back tomorrow and practice and have determination to get better and do what we do, so yeah.
What does that do for you as a pitcher when your team's able to jump onto a big early lead there? I think it's 5-1.
It helps. It helps a lot, with confidence, just up there knowing I can let up 1-2 runs and I'll still be up. So I'll just focus on throwing strikes and do my job up there.
You guys scored a run on a squeeze play, a run on a back pick. What is it about you guys that allows you to be so locked into the details and playing small ball like that?
Yeah, we started going to Florida. You know, we worked on that all year at the Florida for spring break, and that's our bread and butter right there. So, yeah, we just focus on that at practice, and yeah.
All right, what's it like to be able to be moving on with the victory?
You know, I have never won as a coach here at Michigan State, so it feels really good to finally get one here.
What'd you see from your team? I know there was a lot of mistakes back and forth, but you guys were able to buckle down and get the victory today.
What I saw was my pitcher go out there and give us an opportunity to win. I thought Sebastian pitched extremely well today, and we got key hits when we needed them. My shortstop made some key plays, like I said, when we needed them, and it was just a good team effort and win.
What makes this event so special in your mind?
You know, I go back to when I was entering high school, and I told my dad, we were driving by the event at Muni at the time, and I said, I'm going to play in this someday. And it's got a lot of history with me. I've played in it 3 years, and I've coached in it now. This is the 5th time, so I just love being here. This event, I don't know that there's anything like it in the state.
How do you guys keep this thing rolling and try to keep it?
Sure. I started the season by saying that we were a really young group, and now our young guys are a year older, if you will. We're a hard-nosed group. They play hard. Yeah, we're going to make a lot of mistakes, but as long as we pitch it well, we're going to give ourselves a chance to win.
Score on a squeeze play, a score on a back pick the second. What did you like about the way that your team played small ball kind of throughout the game?
You know, Coach Acker, who was the varsity head coach at Eaton Rapids for a long time, he's in charge of our defensive alignment, and he's obviously in charge of our running game, and he does a fabulous job. He's a great baseball mind, and he's a reason why we're able to put pressure as much as we do on the other teams on the base paths.